So yeah, one thing that I've been thinking of recently, and there isn't a game like it, okay? There's two types of games that I would like in the world to exist that just don't for some reason. First of all, a city builder, right? Picture this, like city skylines, imagine that. However, it's like in the style of the original Roller Coaster Tycoon. So like, that sort of isometric view, kind of pixely, but it could be more like voxel sort, so like little squares and cubes sort of thing, a bit like Minecraft in a way. But imagine this, right? There could be like a house editor in the game, right? And you could physically build using colored blocks and, you know, whatever you want, to kind of design what the buildings look like. And then, you know, when you played the game or whatever, it would like, you know, you'd actually see those buildings appear, you know what I mean? You'd see them just naturally appear. So kind of like a creative aspect to it, where you can build your own buildings. So if you wanted to build a fire station, you could use like the in-game editor to like make your own fire station. If you wanted to make a fire station look like Shrek's head, you could do that. You know what I mean? I don't know what it would be called or anything like that, but it's just an idea I had recently. So it could be cool. A city builder with an editor, where you can change what the buildings look like. So I think that'd be a cool idea. But yeah, there's that idea. And the other idea is basically... I mean, it's not necessarily a game idea as much, but kind of. It would basically be like a zombie survival game, however... a bit like a game like, let's say, Project Zomboid, right? It'd be like that, however... it would be more focused on how long can you survive. It'd be kind of like, and you'd be able to, like, craft bases and hire, like, survivors that you can find, for example. So let's say you go exploring, like, a warehouse or whatever in the game, and you find, like, a survivor, like, you know, who's locked themselves in a cupboard or whatever, and they're like, help me, get me out of here. So you do that, and then like, hey, can I come and work for you now? That'd be great. So you kind of like bring them back to your base, and they can be like a vendor and stuff, and they can go searching for stuff, and you know what I mean? Like you can have traveling merchants appear in your little civilization. You know, it could be great. Basically like a city civilization zombie survival game. And like, let's say a zombie gets into your base, they can like take out your vendors or whatever, and that means you can't get that anymore. You know what I mean? They're like permanently gone. And it would all be like about how far can you make it, how long can you survive. You'd have like walls, you know, you got to keep maintained. You know, you'd like assign people to maintain the walls. You'd have like a carpenter or whatever, you know, like in his before the apocalypse happened. You know, he was like a carpenter, and like, you know, you could assign him to work the walls or whatever to keep them maintained. But you know, if he dies, then you know you can't maintain them anymore, you know what I mean? The possibilities are endless. You can have a chef or whatever, camp chef, who will, you know, increase people's happiness and hunger levels and stuff. Just a game like that. That'd be great. There isn't one though. Like, Project Zomboid is like the closest thing to it. And, I mean, that isn't really that game at all, right? You know, there aren't, like, NPCs in that game you can kind of hire to work on a base. You can't, like, place anything, you know what I mean? You can't like craft your own base. It's all like whatever the predetermined map is what you deal with in Zomboid. But like a base building element to it, where you know you could put up walls and make your own actual proper base based off of what you actually place down with pure bricks and stone and walls, you know, wooden walls. You could get from chopping down trees. That's the game. That is the game. If there is a game like that, please tell me. I would like to know, but there isn't one as far as I'm aware. But I think the thing would be is that the game wouldn't make things more difficult. It would be like, because like, a lot of games will do this thing where like the longer you survive, like, you know, the more waves it would spawn or whatever. I wouldn't want it to be like that. It would be like the whole game is the same. Like, whether you're, like, you know, 10 minutes in, or whether you're, like, you know, 70 hours in. It would all be the same sort of thing. It would all be the same difficulty, and it would just be, like, don't mess up. I don't know. I just think it would be a really cool idea. I don't know how to make games, but If I could, that would be the game that I make.